Blossom into beauty, fashion, and healthy living this spring at The Social.
Am I glowing? You're glowing.
Don't miss our spring trend reports.
Size matters when it comes to wands.
Size matters with us.
Tips on freshening up your warm weather looks and lifestyle from our experts you know and trust.
Beats a flabby butt.
Okay.
Spring clean the winter flies away at The Social.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
Welcome back. Our next guest knows what it takes to be successful. Not only is he an accomplished entrepreneur, he's a marathon runner, a race car driver, and a TV personality starring in hit shows like Dancing with the Stars and Shark Tank.
I'm starting to wonder if he knows something I don't. He's here to reveal his secrets to success in his latest book, You Don't Have to Be a Shark, Creating Your Own Success. Please welcome Robert Herjavec.
Gosh, you're embarrassing me.
You know, you talk a lot about your childhood in this book.
I do.
And how has that really impacted your life now?
Well, Marilyn, you know, we came here with nothing, like many immigrants to this country, and I think you always have a chip on your shoulder. Oh, look at my uncle. Oh, my gosh. You know, it's funny. That was the house we grew up in, that old house in the back. But I think in many ways I was lucky to grow up like that because it gave me a lot of drive, and I felt if I didn't make something of my life, my parents' sacrifice wasn't worth it.
Yeah. Now, some people might take a look at this book and think it's directed only towards salespeople. But you say that learning how to sell something is a skill that we can all acquire and should acquire.
This is one of the things I've learned on 7 years of Shark Tank is people that want to start a business or get ahead are definitely afraid of sales. And at first I tried to understand why. Because if you can't sell, you're not going to be successful. You can't ask for a raise. You can't get your kids to do something. Sales is critical to everything. And so I did some research, and I found out it's because people think you have to be a slick used car salesman, that you have to be like Kevin. You have to be pushy. Oh, I love Kevin.
We were going to bring him up. You know?
But you know, you don't have to be pushy.
Yeah.
That was the old way of doing sales. Today, you've got to understand who you're selling to. You've got to understand the environment. People don't want to be sold. They want to be educated.
Yeah.
Okay, well, on that idea, I mean, it seems like some people just have a natural aptitude for being salespeople.
Absolutely.
But what
Some
about
people-
introverts, right? Like if you're an introvert, can you actually really learn it? And if so, what are the tips?
Some people are born great at sales. Some people are born good looking. Some people are born tall. Some people are born with lots of money. I didn't get any of those. So you can change anything in life. You know, when I was 20, I couldn't talk to my own shadow. I was afraid to talk to people. I couldn't talk to 4 beautiful women like this. Did you like that?
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Sales, right? But, you know, I just got to a point where the pain of how I was living was enough. And, you know, if there's enough pain in your life, you will make a change. Absolutely. And introverts actually make better salespeople because they listen more.
Oh.
Yeah, listen more than you talk.
Okay, that's interesting.
Sorry, what did you say?
Let's talk about dancing because one of the chapters in your book.
By the way, who's the best dancer here? We found out.
Are we gonna dance later on?
Yeah. Cynthia was a belly dance.
I can't believe that.
Belly dance.
Yeah.
Okay, on the subject of dancing then, there is a chapter in the book, I really like, this jumped out at me. The chapter is called All the Things About Selling That I Learned from Dancing and Vice Versa. So what were the lessons, the sales lessons that you learned from dancing?
You'll love this. When I got on the show with Kim, I said to her, how does the audience and how do you know someone can't dance? And I thought she would say, your feet, your hands. She said, it's the eyes.
Huh.
People that can't dance look everywhere. Yeah. They look up, they look down. People that can't dance but think they can look confident. They look right at the camera. Right?
Oh, God.
It's,
Yeah, that's me.
Is that you?
Yeah. A little overconfident in my moves, and then when I see them played back, it's like, what were you thinking? You have no moves anyway.
What's your best dance move?
Oh, you don't want to know. It's highly interpretive. I'll show you on the commercial break. But let's talk about another show you do, Shark Tank.
Yes.
So I'm sure you guys get some fabulous pitches. You also get some pretty crummy ones. So what's the most common mistake people make when they're pitching you and the Sharks?
So the average time somebody's in front of us is over an hour. Wow. The longest pitch was 2.5 hours.
Oh.
And it all gets edited into 7 to 8 minutes. But here's the amazing thing. We usually make up our mind in the first 2 minutes. And it's how you come out, how you stand, how you sit. Are you hunched over? Are you sitting back, confident? The cadence of your voice, all of this. Nobody wants to invest in a wallflower.
Right.
So that's in those 2 minutes, are you able to tell right away if someone genuinely knows their stuff or not?
Something extraordinary has to happen after the 2 minutes for us to change our mind.
Really?
Yeah, but it's usually, you always want to invest in the person. A great entrepreneur can take a bad product and make it brilliant. A bad entrepreneur can take a great product and ruin it.
Right.
So it's confidence.
Yeah, it's confident. I can see you guys sitting in your chair when you know you've got it.
You
guys
can tell.
gotta do this. You go, yeah. Okay. You're considered the nicest shark.
Why can't I be considered... Why couldn't I be the richest shark or the tallest shark? Why am I the nicest shark?
You are
I'll
the
take
nicest.
it.
But your friend, Kevin O'Leary, not so nice, but I love him. We all love him.
We all love him. I love him.
So my question to you is, do you have to be nice to be successful? I mean, do you have to be liked in the business world to be successful?
It's better to be liked than hated. It always is. And, you know, the great people I've met who are really successful are always super nice and give me their time. You don't have to be a jerk. And that's the people who don't know business always think, I've got to be mean, I've got to be a jerk, I've got to be like that. And you don't. But you've got to take care of yourself. Just because you're nice doesn't mean other people are going to be nice to you.
True enough. That's right. That's true. That's right. You know, that's true.
So often we hear parents telling their kids, you can be anything you want to be. Do you agree with that advice?
100% absolutely.
Really?
Yes. I mean, you know, we came to Canada on a boat called the Cristoforo Colombo, as melodramatic as that sounds, with one suitcase and lived in someone's basement for 2 years. My dad worked his behind off and gave me this opportunity. It's up to me to do what you want with it. This is still the greatest land in the world. Yeah. Do you believe that?
I believe that with limits.
What are
I
the
believe
limits?
that, well, I mean, like if I had said to my mother, I was like, I'm gonna be Miss Universe. She was like, ha 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 ha. and then I became a communicator. I mean, I think that there are certain limits with,
You could have been Miss Universe.
No.
Yeah, you could have
Or like, you know, and we see this with we see this with TV shows with people who are singing and shouldn't be singing. I mean, it's like encouraging the wrong dreams.
But
yeah, follow the
that's
right
true.
dream, and I'll support you all the way.
But you know, that's one of the reasons people are afraid of sales, is because when we're young, we hear the word no, and we become conditioned to that negative response. You know, if you were my kid and you said, I want to be Miss Universe, I'd say, sweetie, you can be anything you want, and then you get to a certain point where you have to decide, is the investment worth it, and can I be successful? Desire is not enough. It's got to be applied to reality.
Yes.
You know, my mom always said, it's good to have dreams. It's better to have a plan.
Yeah.
Well, Robert, congratulations are in order. A few months ago, you announced your engagement to
I did.
former Dancing with the Stars partner, Kim Johnson. Oh, wow. And the two of you had this obvious chemistry right from the get-go. So tell us this. How does being a good salesperson help with in the romance department?
Well, if you've seen Kim, I'm obviously a great salesperson. You know, I think it was just a great experience. I mean, it's such a scary thing to do, and we got along right away, and we were friends at first for a long time. And you know what people don't realize is you're on that show. We were there 75 days in a row, and we rehearsed 8 to 10 hours every single day. I was in amazing shape. And I still can't dance. That's the crazy thing, is you actually never learn to dance. You learn a routine for a minute and a half. Now, Kim and I will go out to a club or a restaurant, and people will say, "Oh my God, it's Kim and Robert," and they'll shut all the music down and play and just dance for
No
us.
pressure, yay.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can't dance.
Have you started choreographing your wedding routine?
So I've gone from please don't put any pressure on me for the first dance to I want acrobats, I want elephants, I want to be flipping down the aisle backwards. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so happy for you. We all are.
you.
That's so great.
Thank you so much for being here. All of that charm, all of that charisma in a book called You Don't Have to Be a Shark, and it's on shelves right now. But guess what? Everyone in our studio audience, you're going home with a copy of Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back after the short break.
Up next, the man behind the famous snaps of these famous faces. Photographer Douglas Kirkland reveals what life was like behind the lens.